Arsenal through to the Carabao Cup final, Carlos Alcaraz rewriting history, and Elena Rybakina taking down world number one Aryna Sabalenka. My name is Drew Wygand, and welcome to Touch of Class. Today, in the Carabao Cup, Arsenal faced Chelsea at the Emirates, and let me tell you, this game was an absolute stinker. I wasted 90 plus minutes of my life tuning into this just to watch a 1-0 Arsenal win in added time through Kai Havertz. This dude was kissing the badge, pointing to the badge. Lest you forget, you played for Chelsea and won the Champions League there just 4 or 5 short years ago. What gives you the right to start kissing and pointing to the Arsenal badge, a team where you haven't won anything yet? Since Arsenal are playing for a final, this means it is Arteta's chance to win his second trophy since taking charge of Arsenal. It'll be the first since 2020, back when Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang was striker, and they won the FA Cup. Chelsea, under Lorenzo, just kind of lack that guile that you typically see out of a Chelsea team. It's kind of weird seeing how they play. After seeing all these tactical videos explaining how we're going to see Robert Sanchez step up into more of like a passing role and to form that back four, there's going to be a lot of up-back throughs. It's going to be a lot of quick football. We have yet to really see that out of Chelsea. Yes, it is early days, and I believe he is still unbeaten. But at the same time, going out of cup competitions is never a good sign. When you bring on the likes of Cole Palmer and Estevao as Liam Rosenior, you're going to want to see a bit more creativity. Instead, it was just more of the same. We saw Enzo Fernandez taking shots from outside the box. We saw the same slow side-to-side movement, working the ball around to eventually put in a very poor cross, which is easily defended by Gabriel Saliba. It is early days under Liam Rosenior, and I think he will be a good coach. Despite Chelsea's attempts at heroics at the Emirates today, it is Arsenal that move on, and they will be facing either the defending champs Newcastle or perennial Carabao Cup winners Manchester City. Now, I cannot wait for this match tomorrow because I really do think that Newcastle stand a great chance. City have been out of form recently. Their backline is weak. They just don't look like the City of old. They also have a lot to play for. I mean, you're playing to defend your title as the Carabao Cup champions, your first trophy in, 60 some odd years. You have a chance to win it back to back. That would be an incredible achievement for a club like Newcastle. I'm very much looking forward to the match tomorrow, but then after that, we're back to Premier League action this weekend with some absolute heaters on the horizon. Switching gears over to tennis in the Australian Open, Carlos Alcaraz recently defeated Novak Djokovic in 4 sets. Now, I was too tired to actually watch the match, given that I was up and out and about on Saturday night, and I was just a bit too tired to stay up all the way through 5 a.m. to watch this match. However, I did wake up early Sunday. I didn't even look at my phone because if I opened Instagram or Twitter, I would have immediately seen that Carlos had beaten Djokovic. Instead, I went directly to YouTube TV. I turned on ESPN2, and they happened to be playing a rerun of the final. I got to watch it all without any reaction, and it was such an enthralling performance from Carlos that even Djokovic was stunned on some of his shots. The one shot in particular I'm talking about is when Djokovic went around the outside of the net to barely keep the shot in play, only to see Carlos Alcaraz perfectly positioned to loop it back over the net and win the point. You get one of these from Carlos, as he is a showman, and it was just all very exciting to see. This was Carlos' 7th Grand Slam title before turning the age of 23, which is something that has never been done before. The previous records were set by Bjorn Borg and Rafael Nadal, both won 6 Grand Slams before turning 23, and Carlos has only gone and smashed that record by winning 7. It's always nice to see a happy Carlos because when he's happy and when he's smiling, he truly is playing at his best, and it is just one-of-a-kind tennis to watch. After the match, Djokovic was interviewed, obviously, and he was being very gracious in defeat. He even gave a nod to other legend Rafael Nadal as he came to watch the final. The Joker is not backing down. He even mentioned in the post-match presser that he is motivated to beat Carlos and Jannik in the same tournament. He mentioned getting over that first hump of beating one of them, but how he has to work harder to beat both of them to get that elusive 25th Grand Slam. really cementing him as the greatest of all time. Over on the women's side, we saw Elena Rybakina take on Aryna Sabalenka and win in 3 sets. This is Elena's second Grand Slam title, her first since the 2022 Wimbledon Slam, and I couldn't be happier for her. I'm very much looking forward to this women's season of tennis, especially after last year with how many different Grand Slam winners we had. I have high hopes for the United States women competitors, Coco Gauff, Amanda Anisimova, Jessica Pegula, and Madison Keys, as they look to continue their success from 2025 into 2026. If we take a quick look ahead, we have the Nexo Dallas Open and the ABN AMRO Open in Rotterdam. And I look forward to both of these tournaments because these ATP 500s are where we start to see these other players outside of the top 10 really start to gain momentum for the season up ahead. I'm looking forward to watching the likes of Tommy Paul, Frances Tiafoe, Davidovich Fokina, Shapovalov, Taylor Fritz, Casper Ruud, Grigor Dimitrov, and others as we see this ATP 500 really start to take shape. I'm looking forward to see the likes of Tommy Paul, Frances Tiafoe back on court, especially since Frances had pretty poor showing at the Australian Open. Tommy Paul was unfortunate enough to run into Carlos Alcaraz, which is a test that we did not see him winning. And even for the AMRO Open in Rotterdam, I'm looking forward to seeing the likes of Zverev, FAA, De Minaur, Medvedev, and a potential return for Jack Draper. Yes, that is right, he might be competing in the upcoming Davis Cup, which would mean that he would be playing in the ATP 500 in Rotterdam, which is great to see because we all want to see him back on court. And as for the WTA, I'm very much looking forward to the Qatar Total and Energies Open 2026, as well as the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships, both WTA 1000 events, both looking to have very exciting matchups. Well, thank you for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down below what you think of the upcoming match between Newcastle and Manchester City. Let me know what you think of the match tomorrow between City and Newcastle, whether either of them can topple Arsenal for the Carabao Cup final, and what you think of the upcoming ATP Tour events as well as the WTA events. Thank you, and have a good day.